Yo, what's good, YouTube? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back welcoming you to Sensibility with Stormybman for this Wednesday, June 15th, 2022. I want to say welcome everybody that's out there catching me, whether you're catching me live or on the replay. Know that this is a special live stream that I'm doing this evening in light of the fact that I didn't get a chance to do the Tuesday tussle, and even this stream, which was meant to start about 30 minutes ago, my power went out about 15 minutes before air. So I thought I wasn't going to be able to do this stream. I am doing this as a makeup for content, but I'm also doing it because this was a show that I had in mind and on my heart to produce for you. And there will be more of the sensibility topic and subjects for the channel in the future. This is not boxing, not talking boxing tonight. The title of Sensibility speaks it within itself. You have to understand that I am a person that believes in a man, woman, person in this life using their faculties to persevere, to break through. Having worked as a boxing trainer and coach, knowing how to mentor, and also being able to communicate with people to bring the best out of what an individual may have to offer in life. That's what it's all about. You know, not so much as a handout, but a hand up to a person that may be finding difficulties in life. So we'll be discussing topics that can fall under sensibilities on this particular show. So if you notice, I've sat here and I've made certain that my appearance, again, is appropriate for the seriousness of this content. When you are about business, you have to place yourself in that position to reflect that. So that's what this is all about. And let's not get it misconstrued. You know, first order of business is being present, huh? When you're present, then you can take action. You can put things into action. And that's what it's all about. Smash the like button as you come in. Though it says that we have about 8 people watching right now, I know there's other things going on, and a lot of people didn't even know I'd be coming on this evening. But once again, like I said, I missed the Tuesday tussle. We had a serious storm here in my part of the town here, and it knocked out a lot of power for people. My Wi-Fi had gone out, and it came back on sometime a little earlier today. So for the past 48 hours, I was without Wi-Fi and couldn't do anything. So I put some ideas together for what I would like to do coming back to do a show. And sometimes fun and games, which I will call boxing at this moment, can be put to the side so we can talk about more serious issues at hand. And that's what this is all about. A little bit of a roll call out there. We got Boxing and Barbecue. My brother is out there saying, "What's up, Stormy? What's up with you?" KG84 in the house saying, "Salute, Sensei," and salute to the chat family. MPWTF in the building saying salute Sensei and chat family. Jose Diaz, what's good with you, bro? Haven't seen you in a little bit. Saying salute Stormy B man in chat. You ain't been in the hospital, have you, Jose Diaz? Because I know you be hurting yourself sometimes, man. You got to slow it down, man. You ain't 21 no more, huh? Slow it down, take it easy, and keep plenty of bandages and gauze in a nearby, what do you call it, first aid kit, because we know you be hurting yourself over there doing stuff. Young World in the building saying salute Big Storm, salute to the chat. I like that layout, Sensei, nice and clean. Well, you know, what can I say? Like JJ used to say on Good Times. That's what it's all about, man, you know. PGH Big Dog in the building saying salute Stormy B, man. Salute to you, brother. And it's a MP is laughing. Jose Diaz says, very true. 5 fishing day fishing trip. Okay. Hey, don't you fall in that water. Make sure you have you one of them damn life jackets on, bro. Cause I don't want nobody coming. Hey, let's send some prayers out for Jose Diaz. We don't want you to, we don't want that, man. We want you strong in the chat, huh? Don't need to hear about you over there in the hospital with that little machine bleeping, bleep, bleep, bleep. Is he gonna make it, nurse? I don't know. But hey, man, have some good time on that fishing trip there, Jose, man. Enjoy yourself, brother. All right, and tell us all about the big one that got away when you get back, huh? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. Just answering a text message here, man. Yeah, so we're going to talk about some sensibility this evening, man. That's what this show is all about. You know, I had a kickoff when Mr. Kevin Samuels, the Godfather, passed away. And it inspired me to be able to produce some content that was a little bit on the serious note here and talk about us, you know, getting our heads on the right track, getting our lives on the right track. Because sometimes we need to be reminded, right? We veer off track a little bit, and we need to be reminded of what we need to do as far as a community of people and individuals, as head of households or someone that is looking to start one. And that's what this, you know, is about this evening. We talk about that a little bit. Man, I've been seeing in the news lately, there are so many accounts of what's going on in our society. Our young men are off track. They've seemed to lost their way. They've seemed to lost their disciplines. They seem to lost their sensibilities. And I thought it would be something to talk about this evening when I talk about the title. What are we doing? Huh? What are we doing? Where are we going? Where are we headed? It is time for us to take our communities back. Back away from the streets, back away from those who are led astray, irresponsible, lack of focus and knowledge of self, knowledge of history. Who reads today? And I'm not talking about reading your little tablet device or your cell phone, but opening up a book to discover more of what life has to offer you. This is not about going to school, because life is the greatest school, huh? Not some institution where a man tells you you have to pay a fee for some type of paper that they'll give you at the end of that Maybe. But they'll take your money every day. Time is money. And when you realize that the more of your time that you waste, bingo, the opportunity for economic empowerment slips away as well. So what are you going to do? You need to get back on track. When I say, what are we doing? When I pose that question is being posed because we could see our communities collapsing. There's a PTB that wants more of that because they benefit off of it. But that doesn't mean you have to play their game. No, you don't have to play their game. What do you want out of this life, out of this experience? Start to think about that. If it requires you to write down on paper goals, ambitions, where would you like to see yourself 4 years from now, 8 years from now, 12 years from now? No one thinks like that, right? Well, you could believe that the PTB has your fate planned out just like that. It's just that you don't know it because you're too busy, partaking in the pleasantries of life, or what are perceived pleasantries, influenced pleasantries. Because anything that can be a distraction can keep you away from ambition. It's very true, people. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I'm trying to remind you of which way you need to go. I need reminding from time to time. And lately, I've found inspiration. Yes, inspiration through a source that I never knew. And I'm proud to have come into this experience because guess what? Motivation, rededication, focus has come back to me. Yeah, we all need that from time to time. And I'm one here to help remind someone else, because as we take these steps forward dutifully with the same purpose, this is how we can gain. Yeah, absolutely. We got Antonio MMA in the building saying, hello, Sensei. The Jab Jamboree, Ack Reacher is in the building saying, Stormy B-Man, salute. Salute to you, Ack. Good to see you out there, brother. Yeah, we're talking about things that need to be talked about tonight, Ack, and chat. The motivation to be better, the motivation to do better, the ambition to rise above current dire circumstances, to change a path, change a direction, get on the right track. That's what this is about. As I started to say a moment ago, news reports of violent assaults, shootings, robberies, carjackings. Young people, man, committing these acts. I'm talking about young. Some of them young enough to be children of mine. And a little less in years than that. People who lose sight of themselves, who seemingly have no hope or no desire to know what can come next. How do you get them back on track? Love and compassion is an important key. Do you realize, I had a conversation earlier today. There's no more love songs on the radio anymore, huh? I'm talking about real love songs. And I'm not talking about somebody screaming on the microphone, talking about how they're going to give it to somebody and all of that foolishness. I'm talking about the courtship. Huh? Matters of the heart. You see, when the heart no longer matters, that coldness that we're witnessing in our streets, that lack of compassion, respect for your fellow brothers and sisters, you lose it. And that doesn't come back quickly, because a cold heart might as well be a cadaver. That's why when life leaves your body, the body turns cold. So are we witnessing in the streets people who are just pre-dead, pre-deceased? Is that a concern to you? It's a concern to me. You know, as I get older in this life, I want a world where I can be taken care of when I can't no longer do a lot of things for myself. That means my politicians and officials, the people who head up the community, our service people who provide home services, external services. I want them to have a care. If we're living in a society where everything and everyone is so selfish and no one wants to apply themselves anymore, that individuality, we will perish under that. All of us. So back to the question that I've posed. What are we doing? What are we doing, people? Just think about it for a moment. Nitty G in the building. What's good with you, Nitty G? Big homie Coop in the building as well. Saying salute, Sifu. Back smack the like button, people. Class is in session, so pay attention. And salute to all the family in the chat. That's what my man likes to write. I just read it off before he get it all typed out. What's good with you, big homie Coop? Boxing and Barbecue says, it's what happens when you have lost people. Yeah, that is true. And I want to tell you something that the PTB puts out there for you. They pit people against one another by the promotion of separation, the differences that you might find between yourselves, because you may have differing cultures. You may have differing nationalities. You may have even different communities. But you're still people. You're still people, and you need to know that as a community, you're all the same. You get into a tragic accident and go to the emergency room. You're not saying, where's the physician whose name I can identify with because he's from my country? He's, of my, culture. You just want the best doctor to mend you so you can be back on your healthy and merry way. Never met a person yet that was drowning saying, can you send another white guy over to pull me out of the seas? No, they're going to look at the first person on the shore saying, hey, throw me a lifeline. You didn't choose your ethnicity. You didn't choose your culture. That's what you inherited. You were born into that. But society had links for you to grab a hold of to incorporate a separate mindset. Huh? You ever seen one of the most beautiful things is small children playing together of all different cultures and races. They may wonder at each other's like, why is your hair like that? Or my skin is lighter than yours. But they play and they have fun. They hug each other. They kiss each other. Little kids I'm talking about that haven't been tainted. It's the most beautiful thing. It's the thing that God wanted for them and us. We're the ones that look foolish, out here waving flags and banners that mean nothing. We don't wave one another. We don't wave one another's names. You're my brother. You're my sister. Separation. It's the reason that we are supposed to learn from children that we nurture and raise, and they in turn learn from us. But somewhere along the line, we get it all misconstrued because we buy into what the PTB tells us. The influences that don't mean anything. Because it doesn't matter whether you're black, white, Asian, Latin, whatever. Because don't they make money off of all of us? Huh? Sometimes they tell some of you to identify like them, just to further the agenda of separation. Let me tell you something in this life, man. When I decided to walk the path of exploration for something as simple as dining, trying cuisine from different cultures, it opened up a whole new perspective for me. There's beauty everywhere. But we seem to adopt the ugliness. And that is a heavy influence from a different source. And you need to know where that source is and what it's about, so you don't adopt it for yourself and your own families. What are we doing? Jose says, that's 100% true. You're correct. Just notice that. MPWTF says, all I see is people in mind. They own business, not caring unless it's too late when it hits home. Then it's a reaction now. MPWTF also says facts. Jose Diaz says yes. Big Homie Coop says preach. Jose says, everything you say, Stormy B Man, can translate to Latinos. That's how I can tell if they're real. Honestly, I got her when I was 9. Yeah, I got here when I was 9. Okay. Yeah. Smash my like button. I have a young viewer out there that I like to send a special shout out to that's checking out the show. Hello, Chelsea. I hope you're enjoying the show. Okay? There's something that you can learn here too. All right? We're never too old to take in lessons. And I will tell you, as sure as the name of this show being called Sensibility, that if you exercise, if you put into effect these virtues and ethics that I speak of, the enrichment of your life will advance beyond your belief. Because that comes from the heart, goes to the heart. There's a reciprocity there. Huh? You heard me mention this storm that we had a couple of nights ago. In my area, lots of downed trees, power lines. People had to go out, start cleaning up the debris that had blown through. Neighbors outside assisting one another, helping one another carry things, doing things because we're all in this together. It was beautiful. That's the type of thing it's going to take. That's the type of thing it's going to take as we deal with what we deal with going forward. But that message needs to be sent strongly. We don't need disaster to come together. We should come together in great times as well. It's important that we show unity, compassion, and you're gonna hear me say that word a lot on this show. Compassion is important, people, because without it, we perish. When you stop caring, you stop living. What you have to offer this life is so valuable. But if you have no value in yourself, how would you expect anyone to observe that? Because your attitude about self is reflective to other people as well. In other words, as a good friend of mine likes to say, low vibrational energies can keep people's mindset and heads lowered under those vibrational energies. To persevere and to break through and to reach and attain a new level of perspective and looking at life in a different glass. It's important compassion be a part of that, because that means that you now will partake in the understanding, the empathetic means of acknowledging someone else's position and existence and having a feel for that. You got to do that. Or perish. Jose Diaz says, because they're born innocent, then the parents come in and you know what's after that. Big Homie Coop says, that message needs to be on billboards all across the country. But I'll tell you this, Big Homie Coop, on the billboards all across the country, you'll see Budweiser and Corona and all of that stuff, alcohol. Cigarettes, strip clubs, bad stuff for you. Think about it. If more of the positive messages were put out as well as this negative stuff, people would have a choice. And you can choose to acknowledge what is superior for your nourishment. Nourishment. That's important. Big homie Coop, you're absolutely right. And you know, as long as the separation is maintained, they can remain the PTB. I'm going to look up something real quick while we're here on this discussion. I'm looking up something. The word power, the first letter in the acronym of PTB. It means the ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or quality. The capacity or ability to direct or influence the behavior of others or the course of events. Do you see where I'm going with this? Physical strength and force exerted by something or someone. Those are descriptions of the word power when it's used as a noun. Now, as a verb, it is described as such. Supply a device with mechanical or electrical energy, or to move or travel with great speed or force. Think about this for a moment when we talk about the PTB. How is that influencing your life? Did you not hear when I said the capacity or ability to direct or influence the behavior of others or the course of events? That's a duality. Behavior of others or course of events. Do we not talk about this all the time in the sport of boxing? But we're talking about life now. We're not talking about boxing tonight. But the principle remains the same. You think about that for a moment. Think about it. As long as I can keep you a busy bee, you don't have time to look up at me. There you go. That's it, in a nutshell. So while you're thinking and going through, they put more on your shoulder. And the next thing you know, you're busy. Yeah. Taking it on to an extent that you don't even realize You're being manipulated. You're being heavily influenced. And then when you get angry, you don't get angry at the influencer. You get angry at the person next to you, or across from you, or in that next little village over there. And then when they manipulate the circumstances more, they influence you because that person that might not be from your country, where you grew up, it's their fault. They're taking your jobs. They're robbing you because you see them on TV, and every character that looks like them in the movie is a criminal or a prostitute. Or because they speak with an accent, they're a kingpin or something like that. All negative connotations just to keep people divided and separated. So I don't like you because of this, and you don't like me because of that, and she don't like him because of that. Next thing you know, you're all at odds with each other. And when you start robbing, stealing, killing, hurting each other and everything, hospital bills go up, penitentiaries open up the doors for you, police jail cells, lawyers and attorneys, they making money off of you. But they can tell you that the economy is collapsing. Civility has collapsed. The economy is going to be what it's going to be. Wake the hell up, people. What are we doing? My man, my brother, Scrapbook Boxing in the building. Peace to you, brother. Good to see you out there, Scrapbook. This whole thing, man, it means something. It means something. Now, we can be laughing and joking and talking about AJ and Berlanga and Spence and Crawford and all of that stuff. But you know what? Those are mere pastimes. You have life every day when those guys are not performing in front of you. And that's what they do. They perform. What are you going to do in the meantime? Are you going to screw on what my granddad used to call and refer to as your thinkums, your brains, and take it to the max out here in this society, understanding the breakdown, what they're trying to do to you? Are you going to get it together? Or are you just going to remain, another heavily influenced statistic? Because when you fall off the fire, they'll just get another log to put on to keep the flames hot. Yeah. It's what they do. They're practiced, polished. And sometimes they get those that look just like you or your neighbor, or the ones that you, through their influences, don't like or got bias against. And you don't even know why, but you do. I just told you why. Power and the definition of it. Get smart, people. Get smart. Because I'll let you in on a little secret here that's really not a secret. It's no valuable information that is not attainable, but they don't like critical thinkers, people who think outside the box, people who aren't heavily influenced. They don't like that. No, they've got no use for you. No use for you.
You're too damn smart for your own good. Get him.
Yeah. They won't like the message that I'm putting out there, but I'm putting it out there. You know why? Because I found my cause. Yeah. I found it. I'm not sharing with you anything that you don't know. I'm trying to wake you up to what you need to do. I'm trying to wake you up. Because I'm down for it, man. I'm down with you. Huh? We can make it together. We can't make it individually. We can't. The fingers are the individual and the thumb. You can operate as a finger. You can even work in unison as fingers and thumb. But when you come together and make a fist, there's your power. Your power. When you come together as a fist. Think about it. There's so much more we can do, people. So much more we can do. So much more we can do. You see, when I thought about coming on this evening, it was to bring you some content that I felt can be uplifting, beneficial, edifying. There's so much we can do together. And when we come together that way, we don't have to worry for what are we doing? You know why? Because if you're doing it the correct way, people are gonna say, look at what they're doing. Huh? Doesn't that sound a little better? Doesn't it sound better? Just think about it. Do you want to be influenced or do you want to be an influencer? Now, everyone cannot lead, but everyone can follow. Now, what does he mean by that? In leadership, someone has to take the role of devising the plan and the map for which direction that we're headed. But you know what? Once you get on that track, everyone can follow the map. It's that simple. Don't worry about who's in the front, who's in the middle, and who's bringing up the rear. Worry to protect everyone who's in the line. Be on guard. Take care of them as if you're taking care of yourself. Community. It's important. See, some of this may sound a little,
Well, Stormy's over there talking about, he's talking about community stuff and everything. What is that?
hey, you'd be surprised at the meetings that are taking place right now, someplace where your fate is being planned out. You have no damn clue. Somebody is really operating under those auspices, man. You didn't see C-19 coming, did you? Oh, they got something else in the bag for you too. You can believe that. That's probably like the first phase, the appetizer, so to speak. Yeah, they got something else for you. Jose says, I'll tell you what they want. They don't want unification, Stormy. They want separation. Absolutely. See, when people are divided and don't stand in unity, you can be picked off. There's a lot that can be said, man. A lot. Is my man Scrapbook still out there? See, I talk to Scrapbook behind the scenes. He knows the passion that I have. So I'm genuine with this, people. This is not just, I'm grab my microphone and get on here and start talking. But you see, in order to get your ear, I have to say some things and create content from time to time that'll open you up for these things. But as a coach, as a mentor, this is what it's about for me. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be able to do this. But I'd be even more happier if it can help make a difference for some of your approach to what you face on a day in and day out basis. To help you be a little bit stronger in your battles that you face on a day in and day out basis. Because we're in this together. We're in this together, man. You might think you're going through. You ain't the only one. You're not. And there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, man, I'm suffering too. But what's your plan? What do you got a plan? Let me hear what your idea. What we gonna do? I just want us to be able to progress, to get to that next level. Let's take our communities back. And these young boys out here, we need to straighten them up. For some of you men out here, they're your seed. You gotta be there for your seed, man. If for no other reason but to keep him out of the hands of the PTB. Because the PTB has put together a plan for them that you have no knowledge. And none of it has a long life expectancy. None of it. You have to know. Just like unplanned parenting. Unplanned parenting, bringing forth life into a world that's been planned ahead. What do you think the odds are for success? I'll wait for that answer because it won't come anytime soon. You know why I say that? Because it'll continue on, the unplanned parents, the bringing forth new life with the deck stacked high and hard against you. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with having and starting families. There's nothing wrong with that at all. God said, go forth and be fruitful. Huh? But we're seeing now in the news, the babies are being victimized, murdered in cold blood. These are not people who have compassion in them that's doing this and committing these type of crimes. These are soulless beings out here behaving like that. It's tragic, man. And they will have you believe that it's only a certain demographic. That's their word, not mine. But demographic simply means on their behalf, y'all, not them. Huh? So you have to learn the wordplay that they use in this society as well. Because when they speak professionally on the news, just like I got my tie and everything on, I haven't used a profane word yet this evening, I don't think. And I'm under the disciplines of a certain type of presentation here. You don't think that they polish up and do that? Of course they do. So when they use the words like demographic and whatnot, what they're trying to say is y'all, not them. That doesn't include them. And that type of representation is offensive. Who do you see shooting up schools? Huh? That situation that happened in New York a few weeks ago. Who was doing that violent act? And I heard it spoken on another channel, stream. Where'd he get the money for the artillery, the guns? You're 18 years old. You ain't got no job, huh? But you got the money to buy weapons of destruction. Who financed that? Oh, you didn't never thought about that, did you? You got on military stock, bulletproof vests, everything. You got rounds of ammunition and this and that. Who financed that? Only to be taken into custody. But a man on drugs, okay, on drugs, no weapons, can be gunned down, taken out. I feared for my life. You didn't fear for your life when this man had assault weapons and had already murdered people? But you take him into custody without a mark on his body. There's something wrong here, people. A certain demographic was victimized, and the assailant walked. Listen, I'm not telling you anything you don't already realize. But the discussion has been started. It has. And you can come back here to this channel and hear more of it. 704 Joe, what's good with you, brother? I see you out there. I appreciate everybody that came out to check me out this evening. Those who will catch it on replay, those who want to share it on social media, please do so. That's what this is for. This is a vitamin. Use it as such. It's edifying. This is Stormybman. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This has been Sensibility. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace and one love to the community.